So yeah, hello guys. So today we are going to solve the LeetCode question number 136, and that is single number. So I am going to tell you three approaches to solve this question. Okay. So first, let us see the question. So the question is given as we are given a non-empty array of integer nums. Okay, and every element appears twice except for one. Okay. So we have to find that single element which appears only a single time. So now let us see the example. For example, okay, so let's go to my Excel draw whiteboard. Okay, so here is a question. Code 136. Okay, so now, for example, if our array nums is this 2 to 1, so there are two comes two times and one comes a single time. So our answer will return as 1. For here, for example, in the second option, second example, here is the array. The numbers are there are 5 numbers denoted as 4 1 2 1 2. So 1 2 1 2 comes 2 to 10, so our output will be 4. So basically, and there is also one case like every other element appears twice only. Okay, so I am going to tell you three best solutions of this, like three solutions which will come into our mind. Two will come, and the third one is an optimal solution, which I'll tell you at the end. So the brute force. So what is the brute force going to be? Like we are iterating to the array twice. We are going to loop through the array twice, and for example, this first loop, and then we will get a counter at 0, and then a second loop. And if both of the numbers are equal, the first loop and the second loop, then we will get the counter as plus plus. Okay. So if the counter is 1, we will return the nums of I, else we will return -1. Why? If the counter is 1, then we will return this. Because for example, if we iterate the array in the second time, and if we get the element, then our counter will become 2. Okay. Only if that element comes a single time only, then our counter will be 1. So we will, then only the condition will be like we have to return the nums of I. Okay. So this will go into our brute force approach, and time complexity will be big of n square, because here are two loops. Okay. So let's come to our second approach. Second approach is going to be a sorting algorithm. Its time complexity is going to be O of n log n, because of sorting. Okay. So first we will sort the array, sort of nums dot begin to nums dot end. Okay. Then we will iterate through the array, and we will get as I equal to I plus 2. Okay. Like here. Why? You'll get through if you look at this line. If nums I is not equal to nums of I plus 1. Okay. We have sorted the whole array. Okay, so for example, our array is this 4 1 2 1 2. So our array will become 1 1 2 2 and 4. I'll going through the array two at a time. For example, 1, then we'll go to 1 1 2 2 4, then 1, then we'll go to 2, then we'll go to 4. A zeroth index, then second index, and then fourth index. Okay. So if nums I is not equal to nums of I plus 1, for example, if adjacent elements are not equal, then we'll return nums of I. Okay. Means this is going to be our answer. Okay. Because adjacent elements are not equal, and only there is a single element which is that only, and other all elements are coming two times. Okay, so that's why we'll return that element. And it will, and after going through all the iterations, if we do not get our element, then we'll return nums of n minus 1, because that element will be going to our last element. For example, in this example, the 4 will come at last, and that is only the single element. So that's how we return nums of n minus 1. Okay, because here we are using I plus equal to. Okay. So let's go to our optimal solution, and this is going to be our best solution. Okay, here we are using the XOR approach. Okay, XOR approach we are using. So let's come to this approach. What is going to be a XOR property? If we are going to get the XOR of that number with itself, for example, 1 XOR 1 is going to be always be a 0 by this. Okay, and if we get a 0 of that number, for example, a number XOR with 0 comes out to be that number only. Okay, so we are going to use this approach here because of why we are going to use this approach. Let's see here. Because of this thing, every other elements appears twice and one element appears only once. Okay, that's why this approach is going to be useful. So let's come through this example 4 1 2 1 2. So we are going to XOR of the element all, like 4 XOR 1 XOR 2 XOR 1 XOR 2, the XOR of all the elements one by one. Okay, so all the other elements are coming twice and only one element is coming once, so all other elements will cancel out to be 0. Okay, all will become 0. All other element, if all, also if there are other elements too, they also will would have become 0. So at the end we will get that single number only, and XOR with 0 XOR with 0 XOR with 0 and so on. Okay, at the end we'll get that number only. Okay, that number only we'll get. So this is our approach. Like we will get as answer as 0, we will initiate that, then we'll iterate through the array, and then just we'll get the XOR of the answer with that particular array element, and then we'll return the answer. Okay, so that's how our three approaches are. So let's go encode all these three approaches. So the first approach, okay, the brute force approach. Okay, so this is our second approach, our sorting approach. Okay, so what is the issue? Okay, so here we forgot the colon here. Now what is the issue? If nums of I is okay, got it. Okay, so let's submit it and write our third code, which is our the best optimal solution, which takes O of n time and just constant space, which is our XOR solution. So in XOR solution, first we will get our answer, and then we will get like for iterate to the array for int x is in nums, answer is equal to answer XOR nums. Sorry, you will index, then we will return the answer. So yeah, this was our third approach, and it is the optimal approach, as the time complexity here will be big O of n and space will be constant. So whenever an interview ask you this question, that this approach will not come into your mind as you will see this question. So yeah, keep in mind this approach, and this will really impress the interviewer. So yeah, thank you so much. Keep watching the video, and if you like the video, please hit the subscribe button and do like. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video.